When the lead has cured, dig it out one by one and file it to the caliber of the shell. Pad the slug with a piece of wood and slowly tap the slug into the casing with a small hammer. I put the finished rounds in the gun and haha, they fit perfectly. Happy with this, I wanted to change the rest of the rounds to 9mm, but for fear of in case I picked up another 54 pistol, I left 20 rounds untouched, and the lead slugs made many more lead bullets were made. Once the bullets were done, Xian and I discussed our next plan. After the last robbery, the city was impossible to live in, we had to go, but where could we go? Xian said that before getting separated from Mai he had agreed to meet at a lift station in the suburbs if they got separated, and that when we met was when he was on his way to the lift station. I remembered that there was a fortress on the edge of my old village, surrounded on all sides by earthen walls. With only the wall there was a gate underneath linked to the outside, relatively safe. The kiln is well suited for habitation with 2 tiled rooms, a few fruit trees, well and a few acres of land. Lao Xian was very much in favor of the place I chose and decided to go to the meeting point tomorrow to find my family before going to my hometown. Early the next morning, I left my crossbow with my son and told him and his wife to stay home and keep watch, and I took 59 and went out with Lao Xian to look for his family. It wasn't too far, but caution was the order of the day, so we couldn't walk that day, and we found a house to rest in for the night, with one person sleeping and the other keeping watch. The next afternoon, we arrived. I searched the area carefully with my binoculars, 8x25, which are easy to carry but not easy to use. The objective lens is small, the field of view is very poor, and searching is laborious. After making sure our surroundings were safe, Hen and I made our way to the entrance of the lifting station. Once inside, it wasn't too dark because of the windows. The house was empty, nothing was there, and Xian's mood dropped to a low point. Hen asked me for the binoculars and went outside, looking around anxiously. Suddenly, in a bush not far away, someone waved at us. Xian took a look and immediately flew over to none other than his wife and son. The other was a cousin of Xian's wife's maiden family. Not many people called him by his first name, but generally called him Hai Hei Bai Bai, holding a 3-barreled cannon. The cannon in this man's hand is rare. It is a 3-barrel triangular arrangement of continuous firing cannon, can be shot 3 times in a row. Xian told me Hai Hei Bai Bai is a master gun maker, in the countryside used to make a living by selling guns. Xian's wife told him about this time, the homecoming, the walkers, the war, the burning and looting around, the family being separated, and finally fleeing here with only her son and Hai Hai Bai Bai, waiting to meet with Xian. Xian asked why she did not hide in the irrigation station. His wife told him, this time outside too chaotic, the irrigation station is more conspicuous, had to hide in the nearby woods, at any time to see whether the irrigation station has come to people. Time was limited, so after a short goodbye, we immediately turned back. As it was getting dark, we found a small, dilapidated courtyard on the outskirts of town to rest in, and there was a well inside that I came to fetch water from. Not having the tools to fetch water, I took the lunch box from a 78-style kettle, snapped the carry handle on and secured it with an umbrella cord, sank it to the bottom of the well and shook it and filled the lunch box. Hen, on the other hand, cut the firewood he found into fine firewood with a machete, as I had asked him to do. I built a long, small stove out of a couple bricks and put a 78 lunchbox on top to boil water. These stoves are designed for 78 kettles and can only burn fine firewood, very handy, learned in wilderness survival when I was in the army. When the water boiled, we poured in the right amount of chow mein noodles in wide-mouthed drink bottles, mixed it into porridge, and we all ate it with a couple cans of fish. Fried noodles are made by the wife and are mainly made by frying flour, soybeans, peanuts and sesame seeds, which is very simple to process. Fry the soybeans, peanuts, and sesame seeds and grind it with a garlic mortar and rolling pin. Finally, the ground soybean flour, peanut flour, sesame flour, etc. Add sugar, a small amount of salt and flour in a pan over moderate heat and stir-fry well. Once it's done, cool it down a bit and pour it while it's still hot into largemouth beverage bottles that have been washed and sterilized with alcohol and dried, and it will store for a long time. The canned fish is mainly ketchup mackerel and sardines, chosen not because it tastes good, but because it's a great value for money as it's large and inexpensive. Watching Xian's family devour these things, I have no appetite at all, not that I'm not Russian, it's just that too much stomach acid from fried noodles, again, makes me ache. I can't sleep at night. There are many ways to eat chow mein. I'm not a big fan of cooked porridge and often eat it dry with a spoon. Soybeans are the most important ingredient in chow mein, which is so high in energy and protein that it can be considered a meat substitute. The main reason for washing out the fire with water as soon as it is used is to prevent any smoke from exposing itself, and again the advantage of using thin firewood is that there is less smoke to be found. After eating, it was already dark, so we all found a place in the house to lie down and rest, but of course someone had to be on night duty, and the first shift was Lao Xian. I was the second half of the night.